All right, welcome back to Lightroom to Photoshop. And today we're going to be taking a look at the rest of the selective adjustments inside of the program. So if you remember, if you come over here to this little masking icon and you click on it, what we're going to be taking a look at here today is this linear gradient, the radial gradient, and the range and luminosity gradients that are available in the program. Now, I don't use these as much, but in certain cases, these really do come in to be very helpful. And one of the things here is we've got lots of options, and they're sort of repetitive in some circumstances. And it really is personal preference and what kind of works best in each situation. Each image is different, and you really need to kind of tackle it and go about it in a different way. The best thing I can tell you to do is learn how to use them all and then just start using what works best for you. And that's probably going to be the best approach in the long run. But every once in a while, I use radial gradient. Every once in a while, linear gradient's helpful. You just don't know until you really are looking at an image. So let's go ahead and take a look at these new masking options. First one we're going to take a look at is linear gradient. But before we do that, this color is really off on this image. So we're going to go back to the main area. We're going to click that icon. We're going to go into we're going to go into basic, and we're just going to go from as shot to auto. This must be a DNG file because it doesn't have all the options, but that's better. It warmed it up. I can come in here and selectively adjust that if I want to make it look a little bit better. All right, so now that's looking better. So let's say we did everything there that we wanted to do, and we wanted to go in here and make a selective adjustment. And so we'll click on this icon, we'll bring it up, and we're going to click on linear gradient. And what linear gradient does is it's a gradient. So from one spot to another spot, it will fade it in and out. So it's easier to see it when we do it. So to do this, I'm left clicking and holding that and then dragging it to the right. And so you can see this is where it's going to be 100% of whatever we dial in here, and then it's going to fade it out. And you can control any of these points. So I can take this and drag it over, and I can take this and drag it over here, anything that I want. So it's going to start here and then fade it out this direction. So we'll make a large adjustment so you can see that, see how it's fading it out. That's always good. Just think of that as using a soft edge. So we're kind of fading it out. So if I wanted to brighten up this area, meaning the light was coming from this direction, I could brighten all this up and then it would not affect this area. And remember, just like anything, you can control it. So let's say I wanted this light to come in here, but I didn't want it to affect any of this stuff. We can just take that out. So we hit subtract. I'm going to use brush because I think that's going to be the most simple thing. And then I'm just going to come up here and I can paint that adjustment out. You're not really painting, you're just applying it to the mask. So now it's applying here, but not here. So that's one option. Let's go ahead and delete this. Our next option would be a radial gradient. So I'm going to click on radial gradient, and I can come here and draw a little radial gradient that looks like it's going to be the correct shape. So we're going to say there, and we can extend this a little more. I can go outside of these lines and rotate this so it fits a little bit. And then I can come in and make this adjustment. And you can see this adjustment's just going to happen in this area, which would be our main focal point. And we've made that slight adjustment to brighten just this area a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at a different image. So we'll click on this image. And this is a good one for a radial gradient. Like, let's say I want this kind of glowing here in the center. So I photographed this purposely dark, and then I wanted this area to glow. Well, this is going to be a good option for the radial gradient. Can I use a brush? Yeah, really could use a brush. So we'll go ahead and put that there. And remember, I can come in here and control any of this information. Pretty good. Then I'm going to come in here and we're going to increase the highlights a little bit and the brightness just a little bit. We kind of got this area glowing and getting brighter and this darker. I will take this down a little bit more and increase this so you can see what's going on. It's a little bit too strong. get the effect. It's happening just in this area. Now in this image, when I'm just brightening this up, you can see it's harsh. So this transition area, this between the two lines, is our feather. If we want to increase that, we've got radial gradient in our feather. So I can feather this so it's stronger, as you can see. And that way I can make a brighter adjustment, but it transitions out so we don't see it as much. If I click on this now, you can see we've lightened this up, but you can't see that bright area of that transition where we were affecting it before. So that little option, let's go back to the masking, is sort of hidden. So remember, it's right up here. You can see it real well, but this is your feather button to control the distance between these two areas. Our next option here is this range option. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the range, and we're going to click on color range first. Notice this is your quick key over here on the right, but we're going to click color range. And then I can come in here with this little color picker and select a color. So we're going to select this orange. And when I do that, it gives me a color range, and I can refine that by sliding this slider, but it's a little hard to tell because this red and the orange are the same. So let's go ahead and change this overlay to a bright green, so we can see what's being affected. All right, so now we got that bright green. So now when I slide this slider, you can see we're getting less of the area selected or more of that area selected by adjusting this slider. And then once I go in here, it's affecting those areas. If I wanted to do the opposite, we'll get rid of this for right now just so it's easier to see. I could do range, color range. I could hit black. It's going to select all those black areas. And then I can adjust that area specifically. So sometimes in some images, it'd be hard to select all this back behind this tree. Color range makes it really easy because it's identifying the color. Let's go ahead and remove these masks. And we're going to come in here, and we've got luminosity range. So this is your brightness adjustment. So I could hit luminosity range, anything that's this brightness. Again, we still have another slider. It's a little bit different, but it's selecting an area, and then I can make that adjustment to affect that luminosity range. So in an image like this, where we have this bright background, it would be hard to select here, 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 back in here, here. That's where luminosity range is something that's going to be helpful. So I can click on luminosity range. I can click on this area, and you can see it's getting all those bright areas. Now it is picking up her face. I have two options. Once again, I can control that by adding more or less of that luminosity range selection. In this case, I think I need at least that much. So what I'm going to do in this case is go subtract brush, because I don't want it on the face or her hair. I just want that background selected, and then we can just take that out of that location. And then this way, when I go in to make that adjustment, it's not going to be affected there. It's just affecting that background if that's something that we wanted to affect. So that is using your luminosity range. We're going to go ahead and skip over depth range. Depth range is something that I think is much more beneficial to use the depth mask in Photoshop. So we will take a look at using depth mask inside of Photoshop, not inside of Lightroom. So those are the rest of your adjustments. Now, when we're working with selective adjustments, we have more options than just these basic ones. We've got the curve mask here. We've got everything that's pretty much available in all the other areas. So any of this stuff can be adjusted inside of a selective adjustment. But for right now, we're just going to use the basic adjustments. The next video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at how to use a lot of the rest of these options under our global settings. So we'll look at tone curve, HSL, color grading, detail, lens correction, all this information in the next video. So go ahead and practice with the new selective adjustments that I showed you today. See how you like them. Try to use them in conjunction with some of the others by either adding to your mask or subtracting from your mask. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.